Welcome back, Indie Champions. Today, we're diving straight into 10 of the most insanely addictive action roguelikes you'll want to play over and over. From chaotic bullet hells to wild dungeon crawls and some of the most creative co-op experiences on the market, these games aren't just time sinks. They're pure adrenaline, crafted by passionate indie devs who know exactly how to hook us in. Whether you're a solo tactician or love to drag a whole squad into the madness, get ready to find your next gaming obsession. Let's jump right into the mayhem. When it comes to utterly unpredictable mayhem, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is legendary. You take on the role of Isaac, a scared kid desperate to escape his mother, only to find yourself navigating a nightmare basement filled with warped monsters, gruesome bosses, and the weirdest power-ups imaginable. Every run is a roll of the dice. One moment you're firing off tears at a pack of mutants, the next you're laser beaming through the walls or morphing into some wild, overpowered abomination. That richness comes from its massive catalog of items and the insane ways they can combine, turning each playthrough into a totally unique experience. What makes Isaac truly unputdownable is its constant sense of discovery. You'll keep unlocking new characters, uncovering hidden secrets, and banging your head against brutally difficult bosses that require both skill and luck to defeat. Sure, sometimes the RNG crushes your dreams with a dud item, but nothing beats that feeling when you finally conquer a boss that stomped you for hours. Add in loads of DLC and one of the most loyal communities out there, and it's no wonder The Binding of Isaac is often called the gold standard for roguelikes. If you haven't tried it yet, you're seriously missing out. Now, if you want pure chaos with a dash of silliness, Crab Champions has you covered. It's not every day you get to play a loot-laden shooter where everyone's a trigger-happy crab surfing slick islands and blasting wild enemies. Every run lets you stack abilities, chain wild movement combos, and pick up legendary loot that pushes your build to crazy new heights. Best of all, this is a game built for both solo players and teams. No pay-to-win nonsense, just pure skill, a bit of luck, and a lot of shell-smashing action. But the real charm in Crab Champions comes from its fiercely responsive controls and its sense of gleeful, escalating chaos. Slide past enemy attacks, leap across exploding platforms, and laugh your way through a pumping soundtrack that keeps the energy sky-high, whether you're going it alone or causing a ruckus with friends. Even when a tough update throws players a curveball, the constant content drops and addictive, fast-paced runs make it irresistible to keep going. It's goofy, it's competitive, and honestly, it's way more strategic than you'd ever expect from a game about gun-toting crabs. Craving MMO boss battles but hate the grind? Rabbit and Steel completely flips the formula, letting you and a squad of nimble, bunny-eared adventurers race through a relentless gauntlet of raid-style bosses in short, action-packed dungeons. Everything is streamlined for pure co-op fun. Unique classes, a bag of wild loot upgrades, and bullet hell attacks you'll dodge by the fur of your rabbit tail. Every climb up the moonlit pinnacle throws a new mix at you, keeping things fresh for both solo heroes and organized teams. And the multiplayer? It's a chaotic, joy-filled dance of near misses and glorious victories, as every boss fight turns into a loud symphony of frantic dodging, calling out dire warnings, and those moments where you barely scrape through by the skin of your teeth. Even playing alone, the mechanics always feel fair and deeply rewarding, whether you suffer hilarious wipeouts or sneak in under the wire. If you crave pure boss rush energy without the MMO time suck, Rabbit and Steel's incredibly replayable madcap style is simply irresistible. If you're in the mood for breakneck arcade action and slapstick energy, you absolutely have to try Megabonk. Imagine dodging, dashing, and hopping your way through wild waves of enemies, all in pursuit of that next high score and the wackiest set of power-ups you can stack together. You're always chasing loot, pushing your build to its absolute limits, and watching as each choice can turn a run from basic survival to sheer chaos in seconds. Every match is an adrenaline shot, with new unlocks and weapons teasing you to keep pushing for just one more round. It's not just the frenetic gameplay. Megabonk is packed to the brim with self-aware humor, internet culture references, and a treasure trove of unlockable weapons and oddball characters. Some players might find the movement a bit tricky or the bosses a tad intense, but that's part of the wild ride. The game never lets you get too comfortable, forcing you to adapt on the fly as goofy bosses and outrageous enemy variants keep things unpredictable. And considering the budget price, it's a prime pick for roguelike veterans and newcomers in need of a quick, absurdly fun fix that always leaves you wanting more. For those who love the blend of bullet hell insanity and dungeon crawling, Enter the Gungeon is a must. Every time you enter the Gungeon's labyrinth, you're dodging intricate, mesmerizing bullet patterns and collecting the most bonkers weapons ever made. Think sentient shotguns, guns that shoot bees, or even a literal bullet that shoots guns. The learning curve is sharp, but it's incredibly satisfying to weave between projectiles, rake in gear, and inch deeper into the Gungeon's ever-tougher depths. Each new biome, secret, and NPC encounter adds extra flavor to your adventure, making exploration as satisfying as the gunplay itself. The magic is in getting stronger with every attempt, mastering enemy patterns, and discovering hilarious weapon combos and secrets sprinkled throughout the dungeon. There's always a moment when everything clicks and you pull off those impossible dodges or perfect runs. If you've got a friend to tackle co-op mode with, the chaos only multiplies, and the laughs do too. With its signature style, wacky bosses, and perfectly balanced challenge, Enter the Gungeon is a perfect storm of challenge and charm for roguelike fans, keeping you coming back long after the credits have rolled. Forget the dungeon. How about pure, unfiltered mayhem in a procedurally generated city? Streets of Rogue sets you loose in an urban jungle where you can be whoever you want. Hackers, wrestlers, even gorillas, and tackle every mission in your own, often ridiculous way. Smash through walls, bribe your way out of trouble, or unleash chaos with one-of-a-kind items. Every character changes not just how you play, but how the city itself responds. The open-ended design invites wild experimentation, encouraging you to concoct wild plans or improvise your way out of sticky situations. What really hooks you is the game's unpredictability. NPCs aren't just background noise, they'll pick fights, start revolutions, or just cause trouble for you in the funniest ways. Local and online co-op make every play session a new story, full of emergent moments and wild outcomes. Between the mutators, challenging achievements, and an endless carousel of wacky powers, you'll never have the same adventure twice. And that offbeat freedom is exactly why Streets of Rogue has become such a cult favorite. It's a playground for chaos, where every new run is a hilarious sandbox waiting to explode with possibility. Ready for raw, frantic action that refuses to pull any punches? Nuclear Throne is for those who want a hardcore roguelike rush. Dive into a post-apocalyptic wasteland, grab whatever weapon you can find, and mutate your way toward survival through level after brutal level. There's no waiting around for things to ramp up. You're instantly thrown into deadly scenarios, and every mistake has brutal consequences. Each character brings a unique twist to the chaos, giving you new powers to experiment with and fresh strategies for each run. The charm is in the loop. Every run pushes you to react faster, adapt to wild new enemies, and chase a taste of the game's ultimate challenge, the Nuclear Throne itself. The more you play, the crazier things get, with mutations and power-ups stacking in wild new directions. Even failure is fun, as you learn from every fast-paced defeat, itching to jump back in and try that new strategy you just cooked up. The soundtrack is an instant energy booster, and a thriving modding scene means you'll always find new reasons to come back. It's a classic for adrenaline junkies and score-chasing fans alike, delivering that just one more try feeling every single time. If you've got a soft spot for the classics, Halls of Torment is sure to hook you with its retro aesthetic and relentless action. It's basically a love letter to 90s dungeon crawlers, mashing in the bullet heaven formula where survival is only possible if you keep moving, keep slaying, and keep upgrading. Pick your hero, dive into gloomy dungeons, and level up as you mow down ever-growing waves of nasties, all with satisfying loot and secrets hidden at every turn. Legendary quests, unique upgrade synergies, and a slow drip of satisfying unlocks make each run feel rewarding and new. The gameplay is tight, each run clocking in at a frantic 30 minutes that somehow feels like 5. The retro vibes are spot on, and there are so many upgrades and unlockables, you'll lose hours just chasing the perfect build or final achievement. Massive hordes and epic boss fights test your planning and reflexes, while each defeat is a lesson for your next run. Some might crave a touch more meta progression, but the sheer density of content and build variety more than makes up for it. It's simple, it's stylish, and it never stops rewarding your time, making it one of recent years' sleeper hits. Now shift gears for some neon-drenched space chaos with Nova Drift, a roguelike where you literally craft your own ship and playstyle each run. Start with a basic ship, then bolt on insane modular upgrades, super mods, and weapons that change everything about how you move, survive, and deal damage. You want to be a sleek, speedy blade ship or a hulking missile tank? The game lets you experiment to your heart's content. Every run feels like a custom-built playground for creative self-expression, and the combinations feel almost limitless. Every upgrade reshapes your strategy. and the vibrant visuals with an electronic soundtrack wrap you up in the action. Chain together wild builds, break the meta with unexplored combos, and hunt for high scores through beautifully dangerous space. The arcade-style feel and daily challenges keep things endlessly replayable, and mastering the momentum-driven controls is part of the fun. There's just so much room to tinker and break the mechanics in wild ways that every session feels brand new. If you love creative builds and laser-focused high-score chases, Nova Drift is unmissable. You'll lose hours experimenting and still want just one more run. Last but definitely not least, Boneraiser Minions brings the undead party to you with a totally unique twist on the survivor genre. Instead of fighting by yourself, you're summoning a horde of bone-chomping minions to do your bidding, fusing them for even more powerful results as you dodge waves of so-called heroes trying to ruin your bad guy parade. Every enemy defeated pads your grisly army, and the strategy comes from deciding which minions to raise and when to combine them for maximum chaos. The screen can quickly fill with minion madness as you carve out your reign of terror. The content is off the charts. Dozens of unlocks, hilarious classes, spells, unique hazards, and a wonderfully twisted sense of humor that pokes fun at everything, including itself. Writing and art style both ooze personality, with little jokes and snarky moments woven through each encounter. The visuals are dark and a little quirky, but it only adds to the game's rogue charm. If you love roguelikes that don't take themselves too seriously and offer new ways to experiment every run, Boneraiser Minions is absolute perfection. A bizarre, bone-crunching adventure that never lets up. So there you have it, 10 action roguelikes that will absolutely dominate your free time if you let them. Whether you love finely tuned chaos, crave new ways to play, or just want to laugh with friends, there's something here that'll grab hold and never let go. Drop a comment below and tell me which game stole your heart, or your sanity. See you in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.